Hey, do you like my hat? I don't mean my hat. Actually, I have a hat. I actually meant my backdrop. I think I'll go hatless today. I'm going to go hatless today. Hello, gang, and thank you to my friends at the all-new Play Gun Lake online casino and sportsbook app. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moment. The anticipation of a face card, the thrill of an extra spin, the pure joy of a jackpot. They've got lots of new hot slots, plus all your favorite casino games. It's easier than ever to get in on the action. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Play Gun Lake, the only app that I recommend in the great state of Michigan. Get some skin in the game, bet sports, play blackjack, craps, poker, roulette, hot online slots, all while watching the game or doing whatever you're doing. So nice that the weather has turned. Now you can be outside enjoying the fresh air, still looking down at your phone and, playing some casino games with Play Gun Lake. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Your casino bonus has to be wagered. PlayGunLake.com has details. Play for the glory, play for the money. Play Gun Lake Casino. Got to be 21 and in Michigan for the Play Gun Lake online casino and sportsbook app. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So, to properly describe today's poll question at Smerconish.com, which pertains to Elon Musk and Tesla, I need to go back. I need to go back a couple of days and just fill in some gaps. Saturday was the day that I delivered my Seinfeld commentary on CNN, and it just felt so good to try and explain Trump in terms of a Seinfeldian lens, how you can talk about tariffs and you can talk about the Dow dropping 1,000 points yesterday, and you can talk about Russia and Ukraine, all serious subjects that warrant our attention. But the political genius of the man lies in his ability to put his finger on issues that affect the everyday. And Democrats, in my opinion, don't have a response for that, and they need one. Anyway, I delivered that commentary. You can watch it here on my YouTube page. And then I posed the question on Saturday, which must the Democratic Party improve to most effectively confront Trump? Is it the issues? Is it the messaging? Or is it the leadership? And 64,108 cast a ballot on Saturday, 44.22%, the highest of the three choices in terms of who voted for them, said it's leadership. What Democrats most need to up their game against Donald Trump is leadership. Okay, that then led to Monday's poll question, where I said, pick the person best suited to be the face of opposition to Donald Trump right now. And I didn't want to make this a 2028 question. No, I was asking something different. You don't even need to be a politician. I just wanted to know who could be that individual right now to combat Donald Trump. And I gave you choices from the business realm. I gave you choices from entertainment. I, of course, gave you elected officials. And many of you said, and Michael, you didn't give me X, Y, or Z. Among the choices that I offered, a baker's dozen, here were the highest vote getters. Josh Shapiro, 28% and change. By the way, more than 40,000 voted yesterday. Heavy voting again. Thank you for that. But Josh Shapiro came out number one. Gavin Newsom came out number two. Pete Buttigieg was number three. Mark Cuban, interestingly, number four. I do have to add a caveat. There was delay, and it's my fault. There was delay in getting John Fetterman's name on the list. So Fetterman came in at only 3.42% of the vote, with the caveat. Now, here's something really interesting. Do you know who got only 1.5% of the vote? Less than 1,000 of the 40,000? Kamala Harris. We are just months removed from a very close election in which she was the standard bearer, and yet she was dwarfed in this survey by so many others. I think that's really significant. No clamoring among those who voted in the poll question yesterday, like, give me more Kamala Harris. Interesting result from many of you in terms of who you wanted on the list. You wanted Bernie Sanders. You wanted Mark Carney. You wanted Andy Bashir. You wanted Cory Booker. You wanted Jon Stewart. Yeah, I should have had Stewart. I had Jon Favreau, and I had Rachel Maddow, but I should have had from the entertainment realm, I should have had Stewart. Chris Coons, Chris Murphy in particular, because to some, he's filling the void. Dean Phillips, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Wes Moore. A caller yesterday said Wes Moore, and I agreed. Wes Moore would have been a worthy addition. Rahm Emanuel, Andrew Cuomo. Don't make the mistake of thinking that if he wins that election, he stays relegated to New York, much less New York City. He will again be, Cuomo, a national player. Jasmine Crockett, J.D. Pritzker, Barack Obama, and Michael Smerconish. Yes, there were actually several who said, but I'm not the face of the Democratic Party. I'm not even a Democrat. Nevertheless, I appreciated the shout out. So now we get to today's poll question. Would Elon Musk's ownership influence your decision for better or worse to purchase a Tesla? Yes or no? And I'm not asking about his intellect, because I remember when I bought my first one. I've purchased two. When I bought my first one, I was swayed, not by his politics. His politics didn't seem to me then, which was 2020. My 2020 car was one of the last to roll off the lot in Northern California. I remember, because there was a question as to was the plant going to get shut down before my car was going to be delivered. So I got one of the last that came out in 2020. And to the extent I thought about Musk then, it was in an admiring way. Like, this guy, he may be on the spectrum. He's a genius. And like, I want what he's making. I'm not asking that question today. I think you know that. Instead, I'm asking his politics. Is that now a buzzkill? Because for many, it is. For many, it is. People are putting stickers on their cars that say, I bought it before he lost his mind, or some such thing. I got one in 2020. I got another in 2022. Both of them are the Y model. Why did I? I did it because they are a combination of reasons, and I'm not going to rank any one more than the other, but a combination of reasons. Yes, it was significant to me that the car is environmentally friendly. I like the idea, and I like the cost savings, especially when gas prices spike, of not being fossil fuel dependent. So the environmental factor was of significance to me. The cars are also technologically savvy. I mean, it's a fun ride. Take some adjustment, because it's funny. There's a story in the newsletter today about, for some people, it's a Wall Street Journal story. For some people, there's too much technology in too many vehicles, not just Tesla, and they kind of want to, return to basics. It's funny to think about my family's first new car. Sorry, little deviation here. It was a 1966 Chevy Impala that my father maintained he purchased with $20 in his pocket from the Reedman Auto Mall, right in Lower Bucks, in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. That car had no air conditioning, and the windows that you would, roll up. And on hot summer days, it's true, my brother and I would ask my mother if we could roll up the windows as we drove through town so that people would think we had air conditioning. Anyway, it's a far removed ride from the 66 Chevy Impala, which had this hideous color of green. But I like the sleek nature of it. I like the sleek nature of it, so much so that Elon Musk, for satellite radio, you've got a small fin on your car. Musk wouldn't allow the fin. And that is why SiriusXM is not in my model of the Tesla. Now, I can get it. I've got to get it through the app and on my phone, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. But that was his level of, he's like Steve Jobs in his attention to detail. And I think it's a good, heavy ride, and it's made in the USA. I mean, my car was made in the USA, and I think that's pretty cool. Did some of the parts come from somewhere else? I don't know, probably. Um, yeah, I like the sophistication of it, but the minimalism of it as well. And I'm basically commanding the car from an iPad-like device that's on my dashboard. But okay, now let me get to the rub of today's poll question. So, is Musk's ownership going to influence me? No, is my answer. And I've had this conversation many, many times on radio and on television. And I think the most recent example of my thinking would be Amelia Perez. Carla Sofia Gascon, the first trans actress nominated for Best Actress award. It comes to light after she's nominated that her Twitter account was, polluted. And I said, I can't support any of what she said in Twitter, but that shouldn't impact whether she wins an Oscar. Like, was her performance Oscar worthy or not? My Roger Waters example. I've had words with Roger Waters. He blamed me for poor sales in his last American tour after our CNN interview aired. Did I stop listening to the music? No, because I like the music and it's a merit-based decision that I'm making. And maybe this one doesn't apply. I don't know. But Bob Costas is back on the program today, the legendary broadcaster who has won 28 Emmys, to talk again about Pete Rose. And, Pete Rose, Costas has really oriented my thinking. Pete Rose, who I met and was rude to me when I met him, but 4,256 hits, more than anybody else, broke Ty Cobb's record. On the merits, ought to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. We're not electing him to sainthood. We're not putting him in the conclave. Okay, but on the merits, he deserves to be there. On the merits, Carla Sofia Gascon deserved to be considered for Best Actress, notwithstanding her Twitter account. And on the merits, Tesla is a great car. So that's my vote. My vote is that I'm not making a decision based on Musk and his politics, but the market dropped 1,000 points yesterday. He lost like 15 billion on paper yesterday, a boatload of money. And many people are voting with their wallet about Elon Musk because of the role that he's playing with Trump and Doge. But I'm not among them. And I'm prepared to be in the minority again on the voting. Okay, like and subscribe, and please set yourself up for notifications, because the biggest notification of all comes tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, The Mingle movie. Hope you'll be there. It starts right at 7, and at 8:15, I'll do a Q&A thereafter, and I'd really love to have you with me. Okay, go vote on today's poll question at smerconish.com about Elon Musk. See ya.